Couch Potato Diary on this Thursday. Happy American Thanksgiving. My name is Peter Klein. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Again, full disclosure, I am taping this on a Tuesday. I can't imagine that will come up today as we look at every team's quarterback situation. But the plan for today is you're going to have this show now, and then we're going to do an instant reaction show after each of the Thursday Thanksgiving Day games here today on this feed. So podcast form, video form, hoping to have it all up and running for you guys today. Rate, review, subscribe wherever you can. Subscribe to the channel, like the video if you're watching this on YouTube. Find me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm at Primetime Klein. I have been bitching about the quarterback play in the National Football League for a while now, and so today I am going to be looking at every team's quarterback situation. How set are they, and where can they go from here? So today is all about NFL quarterbacks. We'll be seeing at least 6 of them today. So that will be a whole lot of fun, hopefully. If you're looking for more on these guys, the Calgary Flames, I was on Game Over Calgary last night, breaking it down against the Nashville Predators. Also on Sportsnet 960 The Fan, earlier today and tomorrow as well. I guess maybe not earlier today. If you were watching this before 6 a.m. Mountain Time, then not earlier today. But you can find me there for the next couple of days. All right. That's all the shilling. Let's get to some football talk. All right. So we are going to go here in... actually in reverse order of how the standings were when I was preparing this. So might be a little bit off because I did this prep work last week, which might mean we have some adjustments on the fly. Who knows? But let's get into it. Let's start at the team that would have held the number 1 overall pick. I guess maybe technically not, the trades and all this, but let's not make it like that. But Carolina, they have Bryce Young. They are committed to him at the quarterback spot. He is their quarterback for now and for the future. But they need to treat him as such. They need to build around this player now. There needs to be that foundation. The offensive line, trash. The weapons, not great. They need to build around this player now and help him move forward and really get the most out of him and see what they have in this first overall pick. With Arizona, Kyler Murray, as of right now, I put not committed, but that can definitely change. If he plays Arizona out of one of the top 2 or 3 picks in the draft, then yeah, they're probably not going to go quarterback there. If it were me, I'd be committed. I get the salary cap implications, right? It's $40 million in savings over the next few years that you could have. But I just feel like if you give Kyler Murray away, you are waiting for the next Kyler Murray. And this is a time for Arizona to build around this player and take advantage of the traits that he has. And hopefully you can get the most out of him. With New England, Mac Jones, I have not committed. 4.9 dead cap going into next season if they want to get rid of him. And then after that, I think he's free. So this is a team in New England that is 100% starting over. Mac Jones is not it. I don't think he is going to be it. Now, I think there's a lot of teams on here that we are going to have not committed for. Could he be an upgrade for one of them? Maybe. So we'll take a look at that kind of at the end of the program here today. For the New York Giants, Daniel Jones, I know he just signed a big extension. I have not committed. It's only $22 million in dead cap to cut him, or just let him sit on the sideline for a year, and then I think it's 4.5 the year after that. I think they're going to be looking for a new quarterback out in Gotham. I don't think that this is going to be a long-term stay for Daniel Jones. Is it his fault that they didn't give him a whole lot of weapons? No. I think he would be a sneaky upgrade for a team out there. For Chicago, Justin Fields, I have probably not. This was a make it or break it year, and him getting hurt in the middle and having the issues at the start of the season not helping him. So I don't think Chicago is committed to this player long term. Green Bay, Jordan Love, I have no. It's a $12 million dead cap after the 2025 season, so maybe they give it another little bit, but I think that long term and maybe even short term, Green Bay is going to be looking for a different quarterback solution. Matt Ram, the LA Rams with Matt Stafford, I have committed, at least short term. Obviously long term, that's not the fit, but short term, I think this is a team that wants to be competitive in Los Angeles, and they want to kind of build around Matthew Stafford. Will Levis with Tennessee, I have committed. That one seems like a lock right now. Atlanta, Desmond Ridder, I have not committed. $540,000 in dead cap after the season. He's gone. Like, it's obviously not working. And now you look like, would Mac Jones be an upgrade over Desmond Ridder? Yes. Do I think they should be shooting higher than that? Yeah. But like, would Daniel Jones be an upgrade? Yes. So like, I think with Atlanta, they don't have to hit a home run with the quarterback given the weapons they have on this team. A home run would make you a Super Bowl threat. But right now, if you just get a double at that spot, maybe big things can happen, especially in that division. Washington, this is a tough one. Sam Howell, I have committed. I think he has shown enough. And Washington right now has a few other holes they need to plug. So do that. Let this kid develop for a couple of years. If he ain't it, he ain't it. And try to move on that way. Russell Wilson, I have not committed. It is $85 million in dead cap. But Sean Payton strikes me as the kind who wouldn't give a fuck. If he doesn't think that's your guy, it's not going to be his guy. So I don't think that they are committed to Russell Wilson here long term. The Chargers with Justin Herbert, yeah. The Rodgers, New York Jets relationship isn't changing. So I have Aaron Rodgers and the Jets committed. Again, short term, long term, the answer is clearly not there. And we've more than established that this season with the Jets. Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield is a free agent at the end of the season. I think it would make sense for Tampa Bay to keep him. That they are having some success offensively this year, and any troubles they're having, I don't think are really Baker's fault. I think he's shown that he can be a serviceable quarterback, and we're going to go over it at the end. There's not a lot walking through that door that's going to help you out here. So I would be committed if I were Tampa Bay. Buffalo and Josh Allen, obviously, right? Like that goes without saying. The Indianapolis Colts and Anthony Richardson, yeah, that one's locked in. The injury is a concern, but you get a good backup in there, and everything will be fine. If you're watching on the video, I just knocked my hat off my head for no reason other than I was a touch itchy. Vegas, Jimmy Garoppolo, absolutely not. It is a $28 million dead cap at the if they cut him after this season, $12 million if they cut him after next season. I think it'll be this season. I think the Raiders will be fine. They're spending $85 million on guys to not coach there. So I think they'll be fine spending an extra $28 million to have Jimmy Garoppolo not play there as a quarterback this year. Now, they're playing themselves out of a spot to draft a quarterback, and I don't think Aiden O'Connell is the answer at all. But it's not Jimmy Garoppolo, and you're not in a spot where you just need like a safe quarterback to guide you through. That's not where this team is right now. New Orleans, it's Derek Carr. They're, I think, committed to him. It'd be $52 million in dead cap if they were to cut him going into next season. Derek Carr is their guy. For good or for bad, they're getting the full Derek Carr experience this year. I think they need a better offensive mind in there to help get the most out of this offense. But Derek Carr, I think, fits what this offense probably should be out in New Orleans. Cincinnati with Joe Burrow, pretty obvious, right? Houston with CJ Stroud, 100%. Minnesota, they have two free agents on their roster, Kirk Cousins and Josh Dobbs. I would say they are probably happy with what Dobbs has provided, but they are going to be looking for something bigger. The problem is bigger isn't out there free agency-wise. They have the biggest free agent name on the quarterback wish list right now. On their roster in Kirk Cousins. So they're in a real weird spot with what they do at the quarterback spot. Cleveland, like Deshaun Watson, they shouldn't be, but they are. It is $220 million in dead cap if they cut him. So yeah, committed. Dallas, I think they should be committed with Dak Prescott. Like they have done some winning this year out in Dallas. They've done some losing, but Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb seem to have a thing going now. So I think Dallas is committed to Dak Prescott. Trevor Lawrence with Jacksonville, yes. Out in Miami, Tua Tagovailoa, yes. Pittsburgh, Kenny Pickett, absolutely not. They need a new answer there at quarterback. Just think of the weapons that you would unlock with a better quarterback. And they this week fire Matt Canada, a better offensive coordinator. This team just has so much better that they could be. So they need to reach that, I would say. And so they're not committed at quarterback. At San Francisco, Brock Purdy, based on salary cap alone, like he is as cheap as you can get. So I think they are 100% committed to him. Geno Smith, they're not. This has been a down year for Geno Smith and for this offense, but this has been a regular year for Geno Smith. It's a down year coming off of last season. It's $17 million in dead cap to get rid of him. They might just do that. Baltimore, Lamar Jackson, yeah. Detroit, Jared Goff is a yes. At this point, it's worked. So Jared Goff is their guy. Patrick Mahomes, With Kansas City, yeah. And Jalen Hurts with Philadelphia, obviously. So those are the ones. Who are the ones who are not committed going forward? We have Arizona kind of on the bubble. The Patriots, the Giants, the Bears, Atlanta, Denver, Vegas, Minnesota. This is great content, I know. Pittsburgh and Seattle. So quite a few teams. The quarterbacks available this upcoming offseason. Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill, Jacoby Brissett, Tyrod Taylor, Marcus Mariota, Sam Darnold, Gardner Minshew, and Josh Dobbs. This is the problem that we are in right now in this league. There are a number of these cases where it's like, man, you got to get a new quarterback in there. Who? Who are you getting? Right? Like, look, if Daniel Jones gets cut, Daniel Jones might be the best option available, right? Like Ryan Tannehill didn't look great with Tennessee this year. Kirk Cousins' leg just exploded. That's probably not your best option. Daniel Jones, if he gets cut by the New York Giants, might be the most attractive person at the bar. And for a lot of these teams, it's 2 a.m. Like there is, I think, a bit of desperation for a lot of these teams, given the weapons that they have to get that quarterback. Quarterbacks that have a first round grade, according to PFF, Caleb Williams, obviously. One of these teams is going to get the first overall pick, and he is going to go to that team. Drake May probably will be the number 2 overall pick. And then you have Bo Nix, who has been in college, it feels like, for 15 years. Bo Nix played Justin Herbert in Herbert's draft year. That is how long Bo Nix has been in college for. You have Michael Penix Jr., who is 23 on PFF's big board right now, and Riley Leonard out of Duke, who is 32nd on PFF's big board right now. So there are 5 quarterbacks with first round grades, and that's not even mentioning like Sanders out in Colorado if he wants to come out. So like there are some draft options. We are getting an influx of quarterback talent this year, so I do think that will help things. But this is why, like, you can totally see why teams reach on quarterbacks, right? Because right now, like, not the Patriots or the Giants, they're like, their rosters are bad. But Atlanta feels like they're a quarterback away. Pittsburgh feels like they are a quarterback away. I would say right now Minnesota feels like they are a quarterback away. Seattle probably feels like they are a quarterback away. So you can see where you are getting to this spot, and it's like, let's just get a kid. Like, let's get a kid, and it's a first round pick. Let's hope it fucking turns out. And for a lot of them, it hasn't, right? Like, we just listed 5 guys who could go in the first round. Very real chance 3 of them suck, right? Like, the Mac Jones year, 5 quarterbacks went in the first round, 5 or 6. Most of them are bad. Almost all of them are bad, right? Like, it's a difficult position to try to get a handle on. And so I think when you're just looking like, okay, well, I think given what's available out there, unless Arizona gets a great draft pick, which they still might, I think you hold on to Kyler Murray. And I said, like, if I'm Seattle, maybe I'm not committed to Geno Smith. Might be for another year because I don't want Ryan Tannehill. I don't feel like that is an upward move for my football club unless I'm getting him really cheap and can figure out some things elsewhere. But Seattle has a really good roster. So, as is, I think they're probably fine. This is such a tricky position to maneuver and such an important position to maneuver. And it's really bad in this league right now. We had some really good quarterbacks just leave, like retire, right? Like, say what you want about Matt Ryan. I guess he wasn't great. But we've over the last couple of years, like, you lose Matt Ryan, haven't really replaced him. You lose Tom Brady, haven't really replaced him, right? It's tough to replace the GOAT, but you know what I mean? Like, we've had some good quarterbacks kind of leave and haven't really replaced him with good ones coming in, right? Like, for like Ben Roethlisberger, piece of shit. Not a great quarterback the last couple of years. Basically what Kenny Pickett is doing though. Like, we haven't improved a whole lot at the quarterback spot. If anything, we've gone down. So that was just a bit of a run through to see what teams could be quarterback needy and what the options might be for this upcoming season. That is going to do it for Couch Potato Diary today. Again, if you want my thoughts on the Flames, Game Over, available on the SDPN YouTube channel right now. Go check that out. Also, I'm going to be on Sportsnet 960 on the Big Show in the morning tomorrow, talking more about everything in the world of sports. Getting ready for a Flames Stars game on a Friday. Also, this Friday, I am going to be at the Legion downtown for the Wild Rose Sports Association, Wild Rose Wrestling. That is going to be a whole lot of fun. We got Chris Bay from Impact Wrestling. It's going to be there there. Mo Jabari, who is a star on the rise, he is going to be there as well. Follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm at Primetime Klein, twitch.tv/primetimepk, and you can email this show, couchpotatodiary@yahoo.com. Tomorrow, it's a full NFL preview, and we will get a Frankie Edgar legacy look. That is what's on the show tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to y'all later.